Ryan, you're drinking in the car.
18 million Americans are alcoholics. Ryan is one of them. This is the anatomy of an addiction. What does it mean to be an alcoholic? The impact on a body, a life, a family.
Thank you for what you've done. You've done enough. You're no longer needed.
What's the line between a good time and some serious damage?
It's as if I have some horrible, horrible disease that is deadly.
In 3 days, Ryan will undergo a series of tests to see exactly what alcohol has done to his organs.
Parts of your body are screaming and dying.
Can doctors save him from his addiction?
Are you willing to get all these tools you need to save your life?
Ryan's life is on the line.
It goes way back here.
Yes. I don't want somebody to walk into a house one day and find you dead.
I need a drink. $4 right now will save my life and stop me from having a seizure. I am dead scared, dead sober, and not drinking for a lot more than I usually don't. And it's right there at the store. I apologize, you guys. I can't even focus or think or even understand anything.
For the past 3 years, Ryan's been drinking over 1.5 liters of vodka a day.
It's as if I have some horrible, horrible disease that is deadly, and I am very, very badly infected with it. The serum, the cure, is simply at the store. It's $4. It's right there. I just need to get to the store right now. I don't think anybody understands how bad I need this cure.
Now, he's in desperate need of a fix. He hasn't had any alcohol for 8 hours.
Please, thank you. My allowance is $10 a day from my grandfather. Here I go. I got a golden ticket. On an average day, I'll get 3 pints of vodka. Can you give me one of those pints? Is that it? Yes, please, bitch. Thank you, buddy. I'm about to stop feeling like the world is ending and everything is horrible like it feels right now by simply consuming a little bit of this, which I do when I sit in this car.
Ryan, you made me so mad. You're drinking in the car. Ryan,
Yeah.
shut that damn thing up and put it away.
The most abused drug in the United States. But scientists are just beginning to understand how alcohol addiction really works. For addicts like Ryan, the body can become so physically dependent on the substance that they can literally die without it.
I don't think anybody understands how badly I need this, how much better I will feel, and how much 1 minute means a lot to me at the moment. All right. When I drink my vodka, I take 3 shots in less than 10 seconds. Bam, bam, bam. All right. All right. Oh, hi. Where am I? What's up, you guys? Okay. All right. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling the burn. Someone told me one day it's like a warm hug from a bear on a cold night. That burn in your chest. It's the answer. It's evil, and it's reminding me that, yeah, I'm this bottle's bitch, basically. I'll do anything for it.
The first impact of alcohol is rapid. Within 90 seconds of entering the bloodstream, a swig reaches the brain. There, it increases the firing rate of pleasure chemicals like dopamine and endorphins, the effect that provides the high. But when there's an excessive intake like Ryan's, it triggers the poison control cells in his brain, telling his body to stop any more alcohol from entering his bloodstream. The body goes into defense mode. His diaphragm contracts sharply downwards. His abdominal muscles squeeze his stomach. Anything to reject the alcohol.
Might more than likely throw up.
Recurrent vomiting's not just unpleasant. It's often a sign of damage to the major organs, like the liver or the pancreas.
I keep telling him, do you want to die, Ryan? Are you going to die? You're on the right track. Just keep it up, keep it up.
I'm very, very ill.
But Ryan is trying to make a change. He's agreed to undergo a series of tests to determine the damage alcohol has done to his body.
My biggest fears of the results of a physical exam is that Ryan's going to have extensive damage. I am actually pretty terrified about that.
I gotta have him pretty well stone sober. I haven't figured out how to get him that way yet.
3 days from now, Ryan will travel to a medical facility in Dallas, Texas, to see if the damage can be reversed, if his life can be saved.
And I'm gonna be very scared. When I get the physical exam in Dallas, I'm sure lots more is wrong with me.
After seeing the exam results, Ryan will be offered 90 days free rehab to become clean and sober. This could be his last chance.
Here I go. I'm gonna get a lot of very good professional help, and I'll take it all.
Ryan's father, Tim, had a problem with alcohol, and we lived pretty much a really volatile life.
The children of alcoholics are 4 times more likely to become alcoholics themselves.
My dad used to be very violent. I'd get my smackings, my whippings, and it was always my fault, and I understood. He said, I trained you better, boy, and comb your hair. My father was schizophrenic very bad.
Tim would change at the drop of a hat. You never saw it coming.
I've seen some scary things. He had my mother against the front door with a knife to her neck.
The boys grew up seeing that, and I guess that did attribute to a lot of Ryan's fears.
When Ryan was 10 years old, his parents separated. His mother remarried and moved the family to Las Vegas. As a teenager, he began abusing drugs and alcohol. When he was 24, his father died. That's when he began to spin out of control.
After Tim died, that's when you saw him as a full-blown, totally destroyed alcoholic.
Today, Ryan lives with his grandfather.
They always says you don't give drunk money, you don't give drunk liquor, but what are you gonna do? If I didn't care for him, I wouldn't even show him any sympathy. I wouldn't have him in the house. Why do I do it? I guess out of love. Yeah, well, I'm gonna try to get half of that bottle.
You think it's funny? Well, no, don't take that from me.
This is the first thing he'll be bugging me for in the morning. I'm giving him his part of the drink here so he don't get too much. And I save the rest for them in the morning. He'll tear the house apart looking for it, so I hide it real good.
Grandpa Bob knows the dangers of too much drinking.
That's all you get tonight.
What? Half of my pint poured out.
Too much alcohol at one time can be lethal. The brain's automatic survival system gets overwhelmed. It just shuts down. The brain stops sending signals to the lungs, so they stop breathing. The throat stops working. The gag reflex isn't triggered when the airway becomes blocked. A person can choke on his own vomit or suffocate, even when he's asleep. The threat of death hangs over every alcoholic.
Ryan's killing himself, and Ryan knows he's doing it. I want him in a program. He went to a 30-day program, but he just went back to drinking again.
Ryan needs to be put in rehab, but he needs to be put in one that is longer than 30 days. 30 days will not cure him. My biggest fear is he's going to be found in the street.
It's 2 days before Ryan's physical exam. But right now, all he wants is a drink. He's hoping his brother Jason will get him one.
Hey, can I get out right here? No. Can I please get myself a drink?
I can go and I can get you a soda.
Of course I can go in there and get a soda. That would be a wonderful drink
I will go and
to
get
chase
soda.
down with.
For an addict like Ryan, The lack of alcohol can have its own hazardous effect, a potentially dangerous withdrawal.
Okay, it hurts me, bro. You could have turned around when we were back there. I'm such a and so in a hurry and so ready to have that drink. I am now stranded and sick, and I positively asked.
The absence of liquor can send the alcoholic's body into shock. A destabilized nervous system creates uncontrollable tremors in the muscles. The body's thermostat can malfunction with temperatures skyrocketing. The heart muscle struggles to maintain a regular rhythm. The most extreme cases of withdrawal can lead to a seizure or a fatal heart attack.
It's hard to see my brother like this. My brother needs a bottle in his hand to function through everyday life.
At the liquor store. There it is. It says liquor.
Right here.
Are you trying to make me sick?
Ryan is drinking way too much. Giving him another drink will only hurt him in the long run. I personally couldn't do that without a guilty conscience.
Something.
Growing up with Ryan was always the leader. We always followed suit right after him. He was the protector. He would go to schools before us, and before he'd leave the school, he'd be, by the way, this is my younger brother, please protect him. All right, bro. We're gonna get
Pepsi,
You're going to get better.
I'm not
You're
going
not
to get better by stopping drinking. Later, bro.
Stop, right? Ryan. It is hard. It really is to see your brother throwing a tantrum like a child.
Sorry. All right. Damn. Okay, $4, bro. Sorry, dog. I need to go fix myself. I'm very far away from my big old bottle that I had that I could have been fixed with already.
Jason hopes that depriving Ryan of alcohol will push his brother to get sober. What he doesn't realize is just how risky an extended withdrawal can be for the true alcoholic.
In this damn neighborhood right here, well, I can get lost in it like a jungle for at least 3 or 4 or 5 days and stay very not sober and very happy.
I really want my brother to go to rehab.
Having fun, let's go have sobriety. Yeah, let's do it now.
In a rehab facility, withdrawal is tightly controlled with medication. But here at home, Ryan has no safe way to wean himself off alcohol.
You know, you could help me, bro. Really, honestly, why didn't you do that, dude? Really, man, why?
Still desperately craving alcohol, Ryan's hoping his ex-girlfriend, Shalene, will provide him with a drink.
I'm sorry. I don't care how much vodka you have. I'm worried about how much I have.
And you know how much you have.
How would I know?
What you don't know is how much I have, and you don't need to.
Ironically, the very thing that poisons the alcoholic's body may be keeping him from dying.
With a serious alcoholic, you have to understand that his withdrawal can lead to death.
I am in need of a drink.
No.
Do you know that 3 pints makes a good day for me, comfortably?
When an alcoholic like Ryan stops drinking, withdrawal symptoms can be hard to fight. Body tremors or high fever can begin in as little as 5 hours.
I appreciate anything and get beggars, not choosers.
Let me see your hands.
What?
So I very closely monitor the amount of alcohol I give him. That's why I'm constantly checking his hands and how his hands are shaking. I don't want you to brag. I don't want you to shake.
If I hadn't had a drink in my body for a little bit of a long time, I definitely get very shaky, sweaty, cold, and dizzy.
Drink. Be merry.
I thought I knew what addiction was. I didn't know that alcohol is so hard for people to kick once you get into it a lot. And that's booze. And who'd have guessed it? The one that's legal.
It's a razor sharp fine line because I don't want him to go into a seizure.
I do think I'm using it medically. I do know that I'm very ill without it.
All the members of Ryan's family want to be sure he's sober enough to make it to the upcoming medical tests. But they don't all see eye to eye on how to make that happen.
The biggest enabler right now in Ryan's life is Grandpa Bob. Bob loves Ryan. I think in his own way he's protecting him, He may think he's helping, but he's destroying him. And in my mind, he's actually slowly killing him. All I'm asking is please say no.
Well, you keep interfering with everything. I will not be dictated to.
We're not dictating.
Well, I'm kind of pissed off. We get in a fight sometimes. She's trying to do her best, but I think Janine's probably a little too strict with him. That's all you want to hear. I'll say that.
Okay.
All right.
If all of us love Ryan this much, then let's all work to get Ryan on the right path. That means, that means everyone working as a team.
Keep begging.
You're cruel to that boy. I didn't realize what a cruel man you were.
But I ain't
Thank you
taking
for
no
what
orders
you've done.
from her.
Okay,
and
but
so
you're not
she
taking
said,
orders.
"Get
I'm
the
telling
shit
you.
out of here. Get out
Thank
of
you
here."
for what you've done. You've done enough. You're no longer needed.
Alcoholism doesn't just affect Ryan, it affects all of us. We're all devastated and destroyed by Ryan. We all don't know how to handle it.
I hope you choke on the rest of what's left of your heart, old man.
If all goes well, Ryan will be leaving for Dallas in a day to begin the physical exam. But will the testing motivate him to take the difficult step and get into rehab?
My brother needs to get away from everything, disconnect himself from every last person, including myself, and finally turn his life around.
There's only one day left until Ryan is scheduled to go to Dallas for medical tests.
You gotta eat something.
No.
You haven't ate all day.
But Ryan is facing some real problems. Chronic alcohol abuse damages the digestive system, making it extremely painful to eat.
I don't enjoy food that much at all because people always want me to eat and they force feed me to eat.
I feel better if you'd eat something.
It's not what I do. I don't eat, I drink. Sorry.
Like all alcoholics, Ryan is compelled to keep drinking because the delicate balance of chemicals in the brain has shifted to compensate for the daily onslaught of liquor.
Can I get that?
As it compensates for daily doses of liquor, the brain becomes hardwired to expect alcohol in order to achieve chemical stability, so the alcoholic can feel normal.
Let's pop that right in my pocket. It's packaged in one bottle, and it's cheap. Blink, 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 blink. Instant gratification. Too much is never enough. Instant dirtbag. Combined in bottle.
To keep Ryan focused before he leaves, Grandpa Bob is dropping him off to visit some friends. They want to make sure Ryan follows through with the medical testing and gets into rehab.
What's it cool if I enjoy a cigarette butt right here? I got a couple of them. And my friends, they're very good people. Here you come with your water. They're very upset with me and of my alcoholism.
Is that your first pint?
Yeah. Indeed.
What's your biggest fear about getting sober, man?
Sobriety. I'm not into it, dude.
You should try for like a year.
I'm not very ready. I'm very scared, bro. Here I go. I've forgotten what sobriety's like, and don't know who the hell I am. I'm so scared of it.
For Ryan, like all heavy drinkers, the impact of alcohol is clear.
Have you eaten today?
Short term, it slows down brain activity, causes speech to slur, and can create a temporary drift in and out of consciousness. The long-term potential is scarier. Major organs can be permanently damaged as they fight to cope with the constant flow of liquid poison around the circulatory systems. The brain actually shrinks as exposure to alcohol deforms neurons and diminishes cells. The heart is slowly weakened as it pumps contaminated blood around the body. And the normal digestive process of the pancreas is sent into overdrive as it struggles to cope with both food and toxins. Eating causes extreme pain as the organ becomes inflamed. And the liver is repeatedly scarred which can lead to a total breakdown of its ability to function.
He's obviously right now not the life of the party, but usually he is. And he gets along with everyone great. And it sucks that I've watched him go from the Ryan I know, or that I knew, to this. He's the same age as me. And I'm watching him die.
He's a good guy, so we've all tried to help him out. He's just going through something that no one has put a rein on.
The upcoming medical evaluation will reveal just how much damage has been done to Ryan's body. Shalene has come over to take him back home. Ryan needs help to get around because of an injury that never healed, a broken hip.
The reason why I broke my hip was because I needed to get to the liquor store. I didn't have a ride. I did have a bike. It was very dark. I know a trail through the woods. I thought I was right on it.
Well, you can't walk that way. Come on, this way.
I hit some sort of a log laying down. Okay. My handlebars turned on the log and went into my thigh and broke it at that very moment. Didn't know it was broken. Don't make me that falls on the stairs.
There we go.
Instead of buying the medications, I spent that on drinks and walked around anyway. Cute. Pretty little pup. Here I come. I really don't like being taken care of, but sometimes all my friends know me better. Very embarrassing.
Got it? Is your cane inside? Do you want your cane?
It was inside the house.
Ryan is chaotic. It gets exhausting.
Oh, sorry. Don't mean to dip you at all. Anytime I show up at Grandpa's, I'm like, oh my goodness, thank gosh. And wow, cool, there's my old chair. There's my old puke bucket. Wow, I'm not doing so very well. I'm seeing double, if you want to know the truth.
Of course, alcohol's damage isn't only physical. Brain trauma can distort the mind's sense of reality.
Here I come.
The toxins can break through the natural filter system in his brain and seep into his brain tissue. The result is psychosis, hallucinations, hearing voices. Symptoms also suffered by people with schizophrenia.
Holy oh my gosh, this is scary. Yes, she is there. I am confused, I am delirious. I don't understand much. I can't make 4 out of 2 plus 2. I found myself one day looking for a gallon of milk in my sock drawer. I know I had this purple lady, by the way. Her name's Eleanor. She has no head, she's purple. Perfect tits. And when she turns her neck, it squigs. I get very confused and, I'll believe anything and I hear voices in my head. I don't want to hear my own thoughts. I don't want to be alone. I'm scared. I might be schizophrenic.
Ryan's hallucinations may be the result of the alcohol, but what really scares him is that it's a sign of schizophrenia, like his father. He's worried what his upcoming medical tests will reveal. And it's all starting tomorrow.
I'm scared. I'm very scared.
Today, Ryan prepares to fly to Dallas for the medical tests.
My fear is that they're going to say he's pretty much destroyed his body. I am actually pretty terrified about that.
There's a lot of vomiting. Most of the time, vomiting blood. He's not sure what it is, but there is something leaking out of his ears. He's been too scared to ask a doctor exactly what it is.
For the alcoholic, getting sober is a delicate balancing act. It can also aggravate underlying mental health issues that may have been kept at bay by large quantities of alcohol.
I'm scared of being alone and hearing my own thoughts. This is who I'm afraid of the most, myself.
Shalene's going with Ryan.
I think that we need to get ready, other than the obvious.
The whole family has gathered to make sure they make their flight.
If he says right now I want help and you don't do it right at that moment, then he could change his mind in a matter of 20 minutes.
My biggest fear of rehab is the thought that I might be left alone with myself. Because you want to know who knows more about me and who talks about him more than anyone?
Your head. What does it tell you?
Horrible things.
Like what?
The biggest in the world is nicer than I am to myself. And all this judgment in my head and all the worst things I don't want to hear, I tell myself, and I walk around rooms in circles and pace and say, okay, all right, and okay, and all right, okay, all right, okay, all right. And that's me accepting my own
arguments,
my own insults. Who am I? I couldn't tell you.
I just want you back. That's all I want. I want you back.
You sound like Shalene. Stop.
All I want is you to be happy. Because your smile, oh my gosh, that melts more hearts than you could ever imagine. Your smile moves mountains.
Stop.
But it does. That's what I see. Ryan.
All right, okay. I do gotta get back down there. We've been up here for a second. I've been packing.
I love you so much. You have no clue.
I love you more, Mama. In shining armor?
Always.
Okay.
He needs counseling. He needs help. He needs someone just to reach out to him that will just get him sober. He needs to be in a program. We kind of got you a going-away bag.
Is there vodka in it?
No, there's no vodka in it.
I'm just joking. I'm sorry. There's no thing.
Okay, and a card.
Guys, really?
Yeah. Do you want to read it?
Your strength may surprise you. You've been through so much lately, and I know it's taken a lot out of you. At times, it must seem like things will never be normal again, but I know you'll handle it. You are my light. I miss you. Love, Mom. I'm doing this, and this is happening. I don't want to be afraid anymore. I'm gonna headbutt that fear like a ram. I will take any help I can get right now, because I have a lot to live for. How you doing, man? I want to start making people proud again. I want to make them smile. I love you, Grandpa.
All right.
His family hopes it's not too late for Ryan to turn his life around.
I'm gonna cheer you up.
I'm praying that they're saying he's young enough that he can come through most of this.
Take me to bra. Come back, clean man.
He might come back, he might not. That scares the crap out of me.
I knew I'd be scared. Scarier than I thought I'd be. Very much more shocked about the reality, a lot more than I thought I would be.
I'm really scared to know how much permanent damage has been caused. My biggest fear, his body just plain shutting down.
Arriving at the Dallas hospital, Ryan is set to begin 48 hours of medical tests to reveal exactly how much irreversible damage alcohol has done.
When I get the physical exam in Dallas, people will be like, how did you let this get that bad? Why didn't you go to the doctor the first day that that you puked blood? It's, yes,
Michelle helped. All right, well, we're here to do a checkup, right?
Yeah.
The nature of alcoholism is such that you're so preoccupied with drinking too much, everything falls apart. If Ryan continues to drink, I have no doubt that he will shorten his life.
I'm gonna start with the left.
Okay,
because I'm on the side.
Dr. Ho follows up Ryan's report that fluid has been running out of his ears.
So it's not actually coming from inside your ear, Ryan. It's actually just from the crack here on the outside, which maybe, I can't tell if it's a little super infected, but it's right here on the outside. So it's nothing inside.
Look how my cuts heal.
Not very well.
It's not how I remember cuts healing.
Do you know why that is?
No, please tell me.
It's because...
It's a sign of what, or...
Well, you're probably not healing very well.
Alcohol inhibits the skin's ability to repair. Stunted cells can't grow fast enough to cover the wound.
Right. And then we didn't even talk about, but what do you eat? I mean, what are you eating?
If it were an accident and no one else was around me, I would eat only, probably say about 2, 3, most 4 times a week.
Total? You
Yes.
eat 3 to 4 times a week?
Yes.
Ryan eats just 1 day's worth of calories for the whole week.
Great. Good job. Looking at Ryan, there's no question that he's suffering from malnutrition. If you look at him physically, he's not healing wounds.
Ryan's reluctance to eat because of the pain it causes him has starved his body of the vital nutrients it needs.
I'm very concerned about his poor nutritional status because he doesn't eat, basically. He's just drinking. And I'm also concerned about his hip.
X-rays will pick up any injuries to his bones.
I want you to drop your legs.
Okay.
There we go. That's perfect.
On closer look, Ryan's hip is showing more serious damage than an unhealed fracture. Deposits from alcohol have strangled the blood vessels in the region. The bones in the hip joint are cut off from the vital nutrients they need to rejuvenate. Over years of excessive drinking, the bone has begun to die. It's called a vascular necrosis.
I was really shocked at how badly his hip looked.
Show me your walk.
Watch this.
Yeah, show me.
With limited blood supply to Ryan's joint bone, there is no hope of his hip getting better without major surgery.
One has to be one way, one has to be the other.
Right.
I just noticed that.
There's basically no ball inside the socket.
It's just all pulverized
From that bone just pushing right up into the bone.
and he's walking on that. Truthfully, when I look at Ryan, I mean, his body's just been decimated by this alcohol.
The real question is the condition of Ryan's internal organs, and they're next on the list. As the medical tests continue, Ryan is about to find out the damage that alcohol has done to his body and what can be done about it.
My organs are shot. They hurt every day. I'd be weird feeling if they didn't.
It's the organs of a chronic alcoholic that suffer the worst damage, as they absorb poison 24/7. The heart is slowly weakened, but the two most vulnerable organs are the pancreas and the liver. The liver becomes so overloaded with alcohol that it can break down and die.
Your liver lives over
Yeah,
here.
yeah, that one hurts.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Because I think it's
That's
enlarged.
a good sign.
Well, it's not good for your liver to be enlarged
Oh,
because
okay.
it's stressed out. You know, your
right,
pancreas, okay, which is the
okay,
one.
there.
Yeah, you know where he is. Yeah, okay. That's your pancreas, and that's that
that one
pain that
hurts,
goes
that one
here
hurts, that one
and goes way back here.
Yes.
That's your all your pancreas.
The pancreas is the main cause of Ryan's pain when he eats. Its primary function is to release enzymes into the small intestine to dissolve food as it passes through the digestive system. But when the pancreas gets confused by the toxicity of alcohol and releases enzymes into its own tissues, the organ starts to cannibalize itself, causing extreme pain.
With Ryan, I'm thinking he has chronic pancreatitis, meaning that he's always got inflammation of his pancreas from the alcohol intake. But I think he also suffers from bouts of acute pancreatitis on top of that, which makes him have really bad episodes of pain.
This is EKG. I'm gonna go ahead.
An EKG, or electrocardiogram, will monitor the electrical activity in his heart. Any abnormalities may indicate damage to the heart muscle.
I'm very worried about Ryan. He's already showing signs of organ damage. His pancreas, his liver, all of those things are really, really bad predictors, I think, for his life.
Finally, after a long, scary week, the results are in.
I really don't want to hear any bad news, you know?
There's that constant thought in the back of my head that we don't know how much time we're really gonna have with him.
All right. It's not very good, Ryan. Different parts of your body are screaming and dying. Your liver is suffering, your pancreas is suffering. When the liver quits functioning, then you quit functioning. It's gonna kill you.
I know that your life flashes before your eyes before you die. Well, I've seen it, and it didn't take more than 3 seconds. My whole life.
Every single drink that you take continues to poison you.
I don't want somebody to walk into a house one day and find you dead. That's the position we're in.
It doesn't get better if you keep doing this. It's not going to get better unless you quit drinking. This could be one of your few last chances. Quit.
Alcohol is the root of my demise. God will only give you so much time, and then just a little bit more.
It's the final day of Ryan's tests. This morning, he'll undergo a psychiatric assessment, but it's going to be a challenge.
I'm having a pretty tough morning. I found myself stranded without a drink last night because I didn't know that they stopped serving alcohol at 9 at the liquor stores and don't start until 10. I'm about an hour away from 10 o'clock and just kind of waiting for the cure.
Ryan will be suffering withdrawal symptoms even as the doctors examine his mental health, and he's concerned about what they'll find.
He hears things. It could be the progression of schizophrenia, if that's what it is, or the alcohol. I just don't know.
I don't want to hear my own thoughts. I don't want to be alone. I isolate when I get sober. I hear voices in my head.
Hey, Ryan.
How you doing?
I'm Dr. Urschel. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Hi.
I'm Shalene.
Shalene, nice to see you. How are you? Brian, why don't you have a seat here? Shalene, do you mind sitting there, please? Take your time, no rush. I'm an addiction psychiatrist, so I actually specialize in alcohol and drug treatment. All I want to do is help you. Sometimes people actually have a psychiatric disorder, an ongoing psychiatric disorder, like depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, and schizophrenia. It's a lot easier for an addict over and over to just use the alcohol and drugs and make themselves feel better. This poses a significant challenge to recovery. Good. Are you pretty anxious right now? You need some alcohol?
Yeah.
I understand. Because you're shaky, I excuse you. Let me talk to Ryan for a minute. You can go out and get some of the alcohol.
Okay.
I just want you to get
After a morning sober, Ryan's in desperate need of alcohol. Dr. Urschel has given Shalene permission to get some.
What are the things right now, besides the alcohol, you're thinking something may be going on in here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I talk to myself. I don't talk out loud. Description is, yeah, someone who knows me too well that is talking down to me. You know, in my own head, I'm saying, you dumbass, you're drunk, you know? That's why you got no friends.
You were criticizing yourself
all the time,
a lot.
yeah.
In my questioning of Ryan, what I'm trying to do is to tease out whether his hallucinations that he's hearing are either in his head, which would be self-talk, or are they actually auditory, where they're actually hearing voices outside of his head. Different than those thoughts. Do you ever hear voices talking to you?
I hallucinate very well, but, you know, who is that? Or
Is it usually just talking in your head, or are you actually hearing it with your ears outside your head?
all 100% in my head.
Right.
The doctor is zeroing in on a diagnosis.
I drink.
And Ryan's happy his fix has arrived.
Okay, why don't we stop and we'll get the alcohol.
I love you so much. I really appreciate that. Should you just have one? You only got a half?
No, I have another bottle. You said you wanted something to
Thank
put in your
you.
pocket, so you knew you had it on you.
Okay.
Okay.
Exactly. When I get my hands on the bottle, I know that I can crack that bottle anytime if I need. I get more and more angry and in a hurry and rushy the closer I get to the bottle. No, man. I know, and you know, I'm coming back. $1 million. Back up.
Ryan's feeling better, but now he faces the moment of truth. Is he in fact a schizophrenic? Will he have to battle to get sane as well as sober?
Come on in. Ryan, if you'll sit over in the end. Shalene, if you'd sit over on this side, that'd be great.
Ryan's been wondering for years if he is schizophrenic like his father. Now, he's about to find out.
So, Ryan, based on my evaluation, I don't think you have schizophrenia. Okay? That's a really positive thing for you in your life.
That was really good. That's what I was just getting out of that. Thank you.
I think that he actually does not have schizophrenia because his auditory hallucinations were all in his head, which I describe as self-talk, and were not auditory where he was hearing voices outside of his head. This is very important because if he doesn't have schizophrenia, he has a much better chance of a successful sobriety. Would you excuse us for just a few minutes and then we'll come out? Is that all right?
Yes.
Great.
Now comes the most important question.
All right, so Ryan, are you willing to go to treatment to get all these tools you need to save your life? You're not going to get better on your own. One thing most addicts have is an abject terror of going to treatment. Are you feeling any of that?
Yes.
You're going to have a lot of help doing it. You're not going to do this by yourself. So you need to decide right now whether you're willing to go to treatment.
Yes. Yeah, I want to do this. Yes.
Okay? Sit down.
So I'm doing this. And you know I'll come back.
You've been gone for a long time. I can't wait to get you back.
Here you go. I need myself, I guess.
We need you too.
Well, I'm doing it. I'm really When I get out of rehab, I just want to work. I want to provide for my own. In fact, I want to provide for others.
Ryan's made a bold choice, but it won't be easy. He's heading to a San Diego rehab facility for a 90-day program.
Here I come, rehab. I want to amaze people. Let them know I was gone, but here I am.
The first step for Ryan will be the dangerous process of detox, to get his body off alcohol. The only question is, has he left it too late?
How you doing? I'm James.
I'm Ryan.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
come
to
on
meet you.
in.
Even with medical supervision, a chronic alcoholic may be so weakened he can't cope with the removal of alcohol.
How was your trip?
It's been long. I don't know. I'm not scared of this life-changing stuff everyone thought I would be afraid of. I might not want to leave.
Ryan took a courageous step, but it came too late. The alcohol had done so much damage, he couldn't be saved.
The addiction took its toll. The addiction finally won.
Ryan's body, by all rights, should have shut down a long time ago, and it is only by the grace of God and an act of will on his part that he made it as long as he did.
We can't think of this world without you. But we know you're always watching over us and loving us. We miss you. Alcoholism is not an individual disease. It's a family disease. It affects every single person in the family. It's a poison. It's a poison to your body. It's a poison to the brain. It's a poison to every part of your body. That's what alcohol is, a poison. When you're choosing to play with alcohol and drugs, you're playing Russian roulette because you don't know if that's going to get you addicted or not.